Well, since last year, June, I think it was June last year, my benefits was changed from income support to employment support allowance. And then I was benefit capped because I've got 5 children. So I was in like a shortfall on my rent. So I'm having to pay back so much backdated rent arrears. And then this year, I've lost my child tax credit, so I'm only receiving child benefit and employment support allowance, which is affecting my children through. I've got a child who's classed as disabled now, so she needs to get special food and special, like, other kind of things, like underwear and everything, because of her health needs. So it's kind of, we're stuck in a way of getting help, so I've had to come and ask for help to help my children.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Fiona's case was quite complex because there were so many things happening at the one time. Like the child tax credits had stopped, she had the rent arrears, she had the benefit cap, so the child with health issues. Money was tight because of the special foods. So I've met Fiona, how many times have I met you? A good
every week,
5, 6, 7 times. So that is basically, I mean, and it's been a long time, of maybe an hour and a half appointments because we're having to take our time to work through things.
I was living on £75 a week, so that was me. I was having to try juggle with paying back the shortfall as well. I was to pay that back every fortnight, so I was struggling to pay that and get my child's food for house, and my daughter needs packed lunches for school, so I was struggling to, with £75, having to manage so many things in the 1 week. I was getting help for welfare funds. I was getting food bank vouchers. You didn't want to wake up in the morning because you didn't know what to expect that day. Because you try and make everything easy for your kids, but when the kids are coming, Mum, can you buy this for me? Can I get money for lunch? And you're having to say, I don't have the money to give them.
At the moment I'm suffering from a disease called pulmonary embolism, which is blood clots in your veins. Well, I've got them now. The blood clots I've got are in my lungs and at the thingies of my heart. Because you've got to watch where the blood clots don't go to my brain, because that's what can cause the problem of a stroke. They're giving me warfarin and heparin. I get jags of heparin and I take warfarin tablets. So at the moment I get JSA because the man down at Cadogan Street said that I am fit for work. So basically I says I'm no, but they don't believe you. And a couple of days later I took another attack and I was took by ambulance to the hospital again, from which I stayed in the hospital for another 4 days. I actually get £73, 10 pence. Well, I'm supposed to get that, but because they've done something wrong, I don't get that because they take £20 off me because they said I've been overpaid. So, hence, I'm only down to £62, 10 pence. If people are ill and they're getting forced, as they are now, it's not just me. There's a lot of people in this category listed with me. What they've got to should be doing is sit down here and get a doctor in and go through these things with a doctor. If you're not on the sick, you're still not fit for work. I can't do work. I could do work, but I don't know what it is I would be able to do.
My legs, that's the worst. That's the worst. It's my knees, my knees and my back. It's murder. You've got to take 2 tablets, 2 Tegretol a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night time. And I'll get I can't even the name now. It's something to do with my diabetes. I've got to take these tablets. And I'd say about 13 tablets I've got to take during the day. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do any job, I don't think, because I can't get down, can't bend down or anything. And especially you see me, Felix in a supermarket or that. Hey, packing shelves and that. I couldn't do anything like that at all. And I used to work on the building site. I was a steel fixer, and I was on the building site, and I've done a lot of work, security work and things like that. And there's nothing I could really do now. I can hardly walk as it is.
So none of us were on benefits to start with. Gavin worked and I was at college. We had Matthew, so when I had Matthew we went on to Universal Credit. We done the application and everything online. We went down to the job centre to hand in all the forms, all the proof of Matthew and everything else. It was all fine. But it started that we weren't getting any payments from them. The way Gavin gets paid every 4 weekly, that really mucked up the payment, so they were showing we were earning too much in the space of 1 month, so ended up cancelling our claim completely. That was a struggle to get through to people. We were on hold for an hour and a half at times just to speak to people, so we've struggled with not having food. We've had to get food out of food banks. We've had to borrow money off family and that, who we've struggled to pay them back because we were told the money will be there. So we've took money off people thinking we could pay it back, and it's just ended up us being in more debt than we care to like to be in.
I think it's affecting people who, like myself, who are working, had a baby and stuff like that, and then it's actually caused me that much problems that I've had to stop working basically because of them. So I think that should have never happened. Should never went to that.
I was on job seekers. It was a dual claim, I think they called it, because I'd been working for so long. I got GISA for up to 6 months, and then I was informed of that, and it was to transfer after 6 months onto Universal Credits. But it was a change from GISA to Universal Credits. I was received a letter, I think it was about 7 days before my GISA stopped. So I didn't know, so I was getting money every 2 weeks. And then when I received that letter, I went to speak to my work coach, spoke to my work coach, and then she basically said that if you can get your universal credit every fortnight or every 2 weeks, 2 payments, but there's nothing she can do just now. So I would have to go, I basically had to go to the food bank and get food parcels, and there's a couple other things that I was then told about from here, this community hall. And then I've had to kind of work it from there, because it took up to 8 weeks or something like that after, once I applied, so I got advance payments, so I have to pay them advance payments back. So over a 12-month period. So I actually only get £200 per month after all my payments come off and my rent thing. So I need to pay £200 a month. I need to pay electricity, my heating, and my food. And if I need to get job interviews or not, use that. So I'm getting by, but I'm struggling. Towards the end of the month, I still need to worry about how I'm going to feed the kids at the weekend. So that's quite difficult.
I would say that we are struggling to meet the demands the same way every other department, just because of the volume of people that need help. With the universal credit coming into force, people just don't know what benefit to get and what benefit they're entitled to. So they are picking up the phone and asking for that help. So I'm lucky that I'm in a specialised area where it's like children and young families that I deal with, and so I can concentrate mainly on that. But appointments can take 4 or 5 weeks for people to be seen, and if they need money there and then, if they don't have that money, it's really, really difficult to turn around and say to somebody, I'm sorry, but you need to wait 4 or 5 weeks to be seen.
It's really difficult for us. I feel like we're really underfunded, so we've got lack of resources to help the growing amount of people that's coming in who are really struggling with the new benefit system, like the universal credit. Like, people don't know what's happening with it. All the legacy benefits being integrated into it. They don't really know what's going on. So we're getting more and more people through the doors that we can't see. So my project's just been created. We've got enhanced funding for SLAB, the Scottish Legal Aid Board, to help people in rent arrears, which most of them are coming out of, because they've been into universal credits, the first 5 weeks where they're getting no payments and they're straight away into rent arrears. So I'm now based at the Select Hub in Hill House. See people in a drop-in basis, which is a lot better for them when they're going up to update their journals. They're coming in for help. So I'm now up there every Tuesday. What's really worrying for me now is that I've got a lot more people in with suicidal thoughts. Their depression is hitting an all-time low through their universal credit. I've actually had to arrange safe talk training for our full bureau because it's getting worse and worse and we're not fully equipped on how to deal with it and we don't know how to handle it.
We have seen a big impact since the rollout of universal credit full service when the gateway conditions were taken away in October 2017. Our caseload has significantly increased and we're now dealing with a lot of tenants and claimants with complex issues and are coming up against a great deal of barriers. One of the kind of main ones I would say is accessing and updating their online journal. As a big part of our job is making sure that the housing costs are correct and the housing costs are going to be paid during the first assessment period. We're also finding that we're having to make a lot more referrals to food banks, our Money Matters service and also the Scottish Welfare Fund as well.
We no longer see clients who just want to learn how to use the internet to search for jobs. We're seeing clients who need to do that while under the most severe threat of poverty and financial penalty. The needs of our clients have changed as well. As a result of benefit sanction and as a result of change in welfare reform, we're now having to refer people to food banks. We're having to refer them to multiple partner agencies because a lot of the needs are so complex that it isn't something that can be solved in one place. We're also at the hub providing low-cost, hot and fresh food at the cafes, and through other projects we're delivering endeavours such as free school clothing, free haircuts. We are also providing low-cost food, fresh and cooking advice for people, understanding that the needs have grown beyond digital.